What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Spiritual Vibration 608 back with a real quick check-in, tapping in with everybody. It is your fairy godmother. Calling all 144, all aboard. Step into the conference room. I have a quick message. I'm calling a meeting. I'm calling a gathering real quick because I feel the tension and the energy. I feel you guys' energy. It's somebody who's trying to infiltrate your energy. My energy, 144. All those that are in the light. So I'm gonna do a quick message. Hopefully you guys are staying grounded. Um, but before we get started, I need you to come on in, take your shoes off at the door, grab your water bottle, get your champagne, get your strawberries, get your fruit and vegetable platters, grab your flute, because some of y'all are flute players, okay? And it's very relaxing, all right? You didn't even know you was a flute player, but you play that flute, okay? And that harp, I heard a harp too, period. So come on in. Let's adjust the scene. Let's take you out of the work element for a second. If you're at work, you feel what I'm saying? Let's kind of recalibrate you. I feel like you need some recalibration. So let's step out that energy for a quick hot second and find out what's going on in the energy. I've already prayed. I've asked for permission to tap into this energy. Allow me to tap into your beautiful, divine, gorgeous, and handsome energy. Allow your blessings to be bestowed upon me so I can work alongside of your spiritual team to bring out the messages that you need at this very moment. Right before I got on here, all right, let's hope that the interferences of the energetic haters don't send all this negative energy towards my children. I rebuke and repel that in the name of Yasha Christ. I ask that be blocked and shielded and be returned to the ceiling, the sender, a trillion-fold. All right, it's your energy, you keep it. Now, anyway, somebody is sending y'all some type of energy. I was getting parasitic. So if you're at work, if you're at your desk, I guess that's confirmation. Let me set these dogs to the side somewhere or something. They got them in the cage because they're trying to clean up. But hold on, let me get these dogs out the way. 212 on the timer. That's because you're on your righteous path. They're trying to distort you. They want to distort the message. When you know it's wild in the background, that's because there's opposing forces trying to, you feel what I'm saying, interfere. So with that being said, before I hopped on here, they were drawing me to clove bud essential oil and peppermint essential oil. You need to keep that at your workplace, at your desk, in your pocket. You need to order some vials and pour you some in there. So like when you at work and when you stressed or when you there's a parasitic attack going on. Some type of parasitic. I just keep hearing parasitic. All right, there's some type of parasitic entity trying to infiltrate your love and your lights. And we're going to cast him out. We're going to send him back to the great I am, the grand I am, the supreme ruler of all, so they can be judged righteously and rightfully and receive their judgment. All right, so send it back on up there so it can be cast away permanently. I'm going to do a check-in on this. All right. Something is going on with y'all energy. You need to move around. I feel like some of y'all are sitting for too long. You're sitting for a prolonged period of time. You need to get up. You need to walk around. You need to stand up. Your back is being affected. Your spine. I feel like there's not a lot of blood flow to your back, like in your spinal area, your cervical area. You need to get up and stretch. If you've been sitting down for more than 2 hours, you need to get up and move around and let this blood circulate. You need to do a few stretches. You need to march your legs in place. Somebody is really trying to distract you from maybe getting your work done or just being in a very high vibrational energy. These kids are being very distracting, like banging on the table. Like, why would he be banging on the table? They're doing a lot. So that just lets me know that there's a lot going on surrounding your energy. Yeah, y'all, they don't want this message coming out. They do not want y'all to get this message, receive this message. Of course, they don't want me to flourish. I'm bringing forth the truth and clarity, so they can miss me with all that. Now, Spirit team, come on and assist this reading. Bring forth the messages. What is going on in his energy? Again, like I said, you guys need to get you some peppermint essential oil and clove bud oil. Look, transmute this energy. All right. Look, hiding behind fake accounts. This is what they do. Hoo hoo ha ha, big bad wolf. Okay, like, ugh, get out of here. Yeah, they're parasites. These people are parasites. Look, really ghouls and goblins in real life and scary in real life, actually. All right. They're trying to I heard castrate. Castrate. I heard spiritually unaligned. I heard affect your spiritual posture as well too. They don't want you to be upright. Look, they know you protected, so why they keep doing this? They like backfires, that's why. They like bad energy to surround them. I guess they want to take you out of your element. Remain loving. Look, they're depressed. Remain in this high vibing, loving energy. Continue to spread the love, even if it's towards your enemies at work. Kill them with kindness. Okay? Kill them with kindness. All right? They're not going to take you out your element. They can't pay you enough. They can't pay you enough. Look, that's why they suffering some type of bad health. They couldn't pay you enough to take you out your element. They're depressed. Things ain't going right for them. They see you in this spiritual alignment. They don't like it. I heard spiritually clean. Your spirit is your aura is just too bright. They don't like this. They're lonely. They go home at the end of the day and they go talk to their deities, their demons. All right. They don't have any friends. What happened? You ran them all away. You tried to steal from them too, and they left you behind. Is that what happened? Look, these folks is aging rapidly. Yeah, they looking mighty warped. Look, they fighting the battle alone. Whatever they're fighting, they're going against themselves. They're trying to, I heard, spiritually destroy you, but they, let's all laugh at that. They're trying to spiritually destroy somebody that's high rank, that has a seat at Christ's table. You have a seat at Christ's table. Look at, I cannot make this up. Look, we are very blessed, successful, divine beings. Baby, you ain't doing nothing but hurting yourself. We know your funky energy is there. We know your energy is there, but we're cleansing you. You need some clove bud so you can cast out this parasitic energy. Put some in a spray bottle, spray it around you. Put some in your hand if you're sensitive, like if you have very sensitive skin, maybe dilute it. Okay, my stuff is tough. I can just dab some in my hand and rub it across me, my chakras, my back, my arm, shoulder, wherever. I'm not that sensitive to the essential oils, but if you are diluted, you don't have to put it on your skin. You can spray it around your aura. Spray your aura so you could cleanse these parasites up off of you. All right. Give me some couple of messages here. I don't want to stay too long on this because look, they're very vile and unclean. I know some of y'all got to get back to work. Some of y'all are having back pain today. That's these people. If you just can't get comfortable at your desk, at your seat, you keep readjust. I see somebody readjusting themselves all day, like trying to find that spot where they can get comfortable. You need to stand up. You need to call that energy off. Claim your energy back. Call in peace, love, and light. Call in your spiritual team, your ancestors, whoever makes that spiritual team up, and ask for their assistance and their protection. Move around. Have to stand up. You have to keep the blood flowing. Every 2 hours, you need to be moving around. Or you need to stand up and stretch. Or you need to walk to the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? You need to move. Stay hydrated as well, too. All right? What's going on here in this energy? Somebody receiving judgment. Their mission and their plans have been aborted. So as soon as you recognize it and you understand what's going on, the mission failed. Mission aborted. All right. Look, they didn't make the cut. They mad because they're not chosen. They didn't make the cuts. They couldn't even make the cut to this cult or whatever this clan that they friends as they alone. Whoever they tried to work with left them behind, or they're really not fooling with them like that. Like energy don't lie. All right. They didn't make the cut. Yeah, they couldn't. I heard steal your destiny. Yeah, look, a number one fan. Somebody who's your biggest fan, though. They your hater and your biggest fan. Where did it go? Oh, yeah, they don't want this to come out. Oh, what happened to it? See, they all got flipped. Over here, go right here. They really your number one fan in real life behind closed doors. They would love to swallow you up. Ugh. What the heck? Look, they're desperate. They're desperate at this point. All right. I don't know, because these cards had all flew out. So let me get. Yeah, you too saucy. Yeah, they losing their hair. They losing a lot of things. Look, you too saucy. All right, you slipped up out of that. You slick it in a can of oil. You feel me? Look, solar plexus. I feel like they're suffering some type of solar plexus blockages. They tried to affect your confidence, how you feel. You're moving forward, like your drive and your willpower to continue to believe in yourself, to push on. Yeah, they tried to affect this. Look, they love you though. Didn't I say they love to hate you or something like that? So they distinct your number one fan. Yeah, they love you. They hate you, but they love you. They love what you do. They love what you bring to the table. But they this person is weird. They love and hate you at the same time. Yeah, they losing a lot of things though. I heard a lot of sleep. All right. Let's see. Is that the cat going off? Did the cat back there even going off, y'all? Oh, that's how I know. Situation is getting crazy. Give me two of these cards here. What else around this energy? I feel like as you turned your back on a lot of people, I'm here unexpected. They wasn't expecting this. You might be standing yourself. You might be staying quiet, as you should. Like you can read energy very well. You know who have your back and who don't, and they don't like this. They're upset. And they're trying to call some type of parasitic demonic entity, or this can be watch your food at work. All right. If they all have a refrigerator, like a community refrigerator, look, by any means necessary, they're trying to contaminate you some kind of way. I don't know what kind of way, but be mindful and be very careful. Cleanse your space. You need to get you some clove oil, some peppermint oil, some Florida oil. Get you some rose water. Like you need to bring the vibration up in your space. So if you have a cubicle, I don't know how your situation is. You need to be cleaning and spraying up that energy. Who is this calling me, man? Then look, I got calls coming in. Like look, they want your seat at the table. They're drawn to your light. They want your seat at the table and they're drawn to your light. They can't have your light. They want it. They want your light. You too saucy. They can't have it. What else fell out? I'm not going to take all these. Yeah, you being obedient. You're very obedient. Okay. Moon magic. Maybe they are going to try to do some moon magic over the new moon. All right. But just counteract that with your own magic, period. Somebody may be doing love spells on you or over your love life. Somebody that's distant or somebody you distance yourself from. You like, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, bizniyach. Yeah, okay. Look, they praying on your downfall. All these cards fell out. They praying on your downfall. Yeah, y'all continue to be charitable. Help the less fortunate. Be charitable. All right. That's how you continue to raise up your vibration. Yeah, something that's going on is unforeseen. This parasitic, whatever this parasitic thing is. Look, change is coming. These people finna get eliminated up out your way. Yeah, they want you out of character. Look, word cursing you. Want you out of character. Word cursing you. Continue to do what makes you happy. That's what it is. They want to trade places with you, low key. That's what they want. But you know that will never happen. That could never happen. Like wishful thinking, right? All right. What else? Let me see. I don't know. I kind of like being pulled away from this deck. Let's see. Yeah, they are. They pulling me away from this deck. All right. Let me put that deck back and get this other deck. Like I said, I'm not going to keep this long because this just came up. Like, I'm like, oh, yeah, they messing with the energy. They trying to manipulate the energy. They trying to, look, maybe somebody want to confess. These are my confessions. Maybe they're going to confess on themselves. They're going to tell on themselves, not because they want to, because I feel like they're being forced or they're being made to, or they can't hold it in or keep it in or something like that. They're not confessing because that's what they truly, honestly, from their heart want to do. Something may be being released. Maybe they're trying to release their demons onto you. or whatever this bad energy that they have on you. Maybe they're gonna try to pour out some trauma dump. That's what you call it. They're gonna try to pour out some type of burden on you, or don't listen to it. Like, you don't have to listen to any of it, because that is a way to lower your vibration as well too. When you listening to people's um when they are a vampire. Now there are people who can hold a healthy conversation and they can tell you like their problems and their issues, but they don't dump it onto you. They don't pour their energy onto you. All right. And then there's vampires like these people, these parasitic individuals. Yeah, they want to just pour out some type of evil energy onto you because you're manifesting magic. You're in this manifestation magical moment. You're taking action. Your light is being shown. All right. They want to be you. Yeah, you getting your beauty sleep at night. These people not resting. Their life is upside down. I heard very chaotic. All right. They want you out of this energy. Look, multiple streams of income, of knowledge, of wealth, of health. You have multiple streams of everything coming in towards you. That's your magic that you manifested. And you, look, you give zero tucks about what they doing. Okay. Yeah, don't care. Just be aware, so you can always be able to protect yourself against it. What is this? They didn't make the cut. They want to seat at your table so bad. You took baby steps to get to where you are. Just even transforming your life and how you do things. You took step by step, and they want to come in with an axe. I'm seeing somebody with an axe and chop it down. I heard timber. Yeah, they want to knock you down. I heard knock you down a peg or two. Look, you was hidden in plain sight. All right, the Most High has you hidden in plain sight. They didn't know they were attacking somebody that's a divine chosen being. Somebody that's not of this world. All right. I feel like they were spying on you. These people could have been spying on you energetically. They found out. So, yeah, because they was drawn to your light. Look, you too saucy, drawn to your light. They was drawn to your light. They knew it was something different about you. They knew they wanted to take your place, but they couldn't. They didn't make the cut. So what they did was work on your solar plexus to make you feel like you wasn't worthy enough. Oh, I'm not worthy enough. This is how they feel, because I heard they going through depression. You're in your truth and your authenticity, and you know your worth. And you're on fire. Okay? And you on fire. Why they going through a storm? They going through towers, playing these unconscious games. Like, nobody's playing these games. You have set a healthy boundary with these individuals. All right? They're trying to bring some type of parasitic attachment to you in your vicinity. What's this? Look, you too saucy, drawn to your light. They love you because you tell it like it is. That's what fell out. You keep it 100. You tell it like it is, even though sometimes it may hurt or it might not be what the person want to hear, but it's the truth. You tell it like it is, and that's what it is. All right? They can't tell it like it is. They can't speak their mind. They're embarrassed. They feel like they have to please people. Okay? Well, if they thought they was going to stop that, they're not stopping it. They can't shut you up anymore. I heard or down. You know your worth, period. I couldn't get this card in that box to save my life. You know your worth. What's this behind it? And you on fire. They want to stop your fire from glowing. They want to put your flame out. Ugh. They want to come around you and try to drop some little maggots in your vicinity. Look at the storm. That wouldn't go back up in there neither. Okay, they want to come rain on your parade, on your spiritual parade. They're losing sleep. Lots of it. Yeah, that's why they aging rapidly. They're starting to show on in their skin. Straight up. Let's see. Do I want to really pull on their energy, or Ooh, man, that must be confirmation to do that. Yeah, y'all have to stay moving. When you start feeling this heaviness, yeah, they envy you. I mean, we knew that they envy you very much. When you start feeling this energy, because somebody's suffering some type of discomfort, they're sitting at their desk right now, and this could have happened this morning. This could happen tomorrow. Whenever you see, however, you're at your desk and you're very uncomfortable. You're shifting from this side to that side. You're trying to get in a position where you can be comfortable because they're trying to send this parasitic energy to latch onto your spinal cord, your cervical cord. They're jealous of you. Look, trying to cling this thing onto you. They're trying to cling this onto you. They don't like your spiritual posture. They don't like that you're upright and you're telling your truth. All right. I feel like spirit is finna come deal with them though. With that legal card and Archangel Michael. Yeah, you see how he crying? Yeah, this is how your enemies about to be. All right, y'all. I'm gonna hurry up and wrap this up. But Archangel Michael is here. He's protecting you. Or whatever harm they're trying to send to you, whatever type of parasite or maggots they're trying to send. Look at Archangel stomping them out. Archangel Michael is on their necks. You see how that thing down there under his feet? Okay. Yeah, because you're getting established in your journey. These people are narcissists. That's it and that's all. Let me get 2 cards for this. I'm finna get ready to get up out of here. Trying to affect your healing and trying to affect you from helping others heal. Yeah, they want you stagnant and stuck, but you're not. They are. Ooh. So, I don't know. It's a lot of cards look like they fell out right there. I don't know if I'm going to take all them. Sipping your tea. Be careful. If you have a coffee room, a community lunch room, break room, be careful about drinking and eating around these people. Or, I don't know. I'm just be very leery. There may be multiple people that's chatting it up with this person when they on break or whatever. Just be cautious about your food. Pray over your food. If you have a coffee machine or like a coffee vending machine, or like they provide coffee for everybody, pray over your coffee before you ingest it. Pray over it, because whatever energies these people hold, it's contagious. Like, it's disgusting. Yeah, they want you isolated. They would love to isolate you. But then in the beginning, this came out. This their energy. That's their energy. Look, they're shattered. They want your seat at the table. They're shattered. These people cannot sleep. Look at that. Nightmares. They can't sleep. That's why they're looking withered in age. Look, they're going through an upheaval. A lot of chaos in their life. They called it in. It's what goes around comes around. You call this in your life. You try to spew this out onto somebody else and it's coming back to you 1,000-fold. Welcome. Okay, welcome to the life of chaos. It's your life. Look, they're going to soon get an epiphany that what they're doing there is returning to them. That's what it is. Look. And you over here in that optimistic energy, like, and I'm going to remain hopeful. I'm going to remain bright. My energy is going to remain at an all-time high. I'm not allowing anybody to bring me down. All right. I'm filling my bubble up with nothing but the highest light of the divine sovereign God and all of his angels and everything else that I love. All right. That's what I'm surrounding myself in, the purest, highest frequency of love and lights, period. Okay. So I'm finna get a final message, because I said I wasn't going to keep y'all long. I was not, and I am not. So give me a final message. Where can I go to get a final message? Give us some encouragement for the day. Continue to move around. Remember to move around. Remember to move around, okay? That's very important. Yeah, that's a form of detoxing. Moving that energy through you. Yeah, let me get a happy little thing. I ain't seen these cards in a while. Let me get a little happy little thing. Exactly. You need to go for a walk on your break. Okay, you need to go for a little walk. Even if it's for 5-10 minutes, okay? You have to go for a walk, maybe walk around your building. I mean, I don't know where you work, how you work. You can work from home, wherever. It does not matter. Even if you do your own, if you're running your own business, you need to move around like with a clear mind. Okay, you need to center yourself. You need to get outside and walk around the block for 5 minutes. All right, it don't take much. You need to be recharged. The cat is wilding out like Mike. That cat don't normally be wilding out like that. She is going off. Hey, don't do that. So give me a final message for the collective. Yeah, they wanted you to doubt yourself. Like, baby, this is what they going through. So they woke up this morning because I feel like whoever this is, like they be up all night thinking of ways on how can they bring you down, your morale down, your character down. How can they affect you today? Look, creation. How can we come up with a way to make them feel like they're not loved or their self-worth or they make them feel like they're stuck or they complacent? Okay, like that's what? You ain't got nothing better else to do? All right, that's why your health is going down. That's why you're in bad health. That's why you can't get no sleep. Look, holding hands. That's what came out. Holding hands. So when I see this card, it just gives me charitable giving back to yourself, enjoying a warm bowl of soup or a hot bowl of soup with someone, your family, somebody that can bring your energy levels up. Somebody you can sit and talk to and just kind of like release that energy, but you're not dumping anything off on them. You could just talk to them and say, you know what, Nana, or granny folks, or Mima, or whatever you call, your grandmother or your mother or whoever you have a close connection with. And you can go and you can chat with them and say, you know what, or this, you can even be your children. Let me let you know what type of day I had. You need to be able to release that out of your bones, out of your body. Yeah, so when it's all said and done, I feel like you need to come together with some people. Like you need to gather with someone. You need to visit someone. And you need to talk to them about your day. Over dinner. Over lunch. You need to release that tension. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever goes on in your workplace, you need to talk to someone after work or like over the weekend, just get together with somebody, somebody a part of your soul tribe and chat with them and release this negative energy. I heard you can even talk to your spiritual team. It don't necessarily, this could be an ancestor that's crossed over. Somebody that took care of you when you were a child. Somebody that was always there for you. Somebody that made some fire soup. I'm getting hot and sour soup. This could be minestrone. I'm hearing beef minestrone or minestrone soup, vegetable beef soup. Okay, this is somebody who you could have always went to their house and they always made a bowl of soup for you, or something that you love to eat, and they would sit down and they would read to you, or they would school you, or tell you stories, or something like that. I don't know, but that's what it's giving. Go back in time. Go back to that. When these people are attacking you, think about those memories. Think about those wholesome and holy memories that just stick to your soul. It's like food for your soul. All right. I'm finna get out of here. That's been the message. I love y'all. Remain hopeful. Remain very optimistic. You're very inspiring to us all. Your journey is a success. That's why they won't stop attacking you. That's why they won't stop trying to send these maggots towards you to try to drain your life force. All right. You're very powerful. You're beautiful. I love you. That is your message. I will see y'all in the next reading. So I hope you can move around. You can get around, drink water, get you some clear tea. Don't forget to order you some or go pick you some clove bud essential oil and some peppermint oil. Keep it at your workplace or in your purse or whatever. So when you can reground yourself, clear up that energy. All right. Or make you like I said, make you a spritzer. Put it in some water or some vinegar or what alcohol water. However you choose to do it. You can do it, cater it to however you like. Spray your aura when you start feeling this nasty energy. so they can flee like the little rodents that they are, little rats and roaches that they are. All right. So I love you. Like again, I said I'll see y'all next time. Have a great and an excellent day. Bye.